Regional Training Center. Agenda Bill 17410, supplemental professional service agreement number 3 with Kennedy Jenks in regard to biosolids and a comprehensive wastewater services project. Agenda Bill 17510, supplemental professional services agreement number 1 with Michael Elia in regard to the Doc Eldridge Park pedestrian bridge over Campen Creek. Number 8, Agenda Bill 17610, supplemental professional service agreement number 3 with Wallace on W Street Waterline project. Agenda Bill 17710, supplemental professional services agreement number 5 with Wallace on the number 4 Force Main project. And number 10, Agenda Bill 17810, correction of a Scrivener's error on Ordinance 1675, the water rate increase.
Thank you for not having me read all of that. Any objections to those items on the consent agenda? Hearing no objections, so ordered that the consent agenda be adopted. Under Mayor's report, I have 2 items for you this evening. The first is the Planning Commission appointment of Mike Briggs to the open seat on the Planning Commission.
Mr. Mayor, I move that Mr. Briggs be confirmed in his appointment to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Good.
I've got a motion and a second. Any discussion from council?
I just want to observe that the interview committee was unanimous in its recommendation to Mr. Briggs.
Other items? Okay, I've got a motion and a second for
You
approval.
gotta-
Sean?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave?
I'd like to briefly address the composition of the interview committee. The interview committee consists of 3 people who are all committed to the agenda that was advanced by the previous mayor. She called it a green agenda. The good and bad things about a green agenda. But all 3 of the people who interviewed hold these views very dearly. So their recommendation is not surprising, nor should my opposition be, because I left the Planning Council because I oppose that agenda and its anti-automobile focus. Thank you.
Dave. Other items? John?
I just want to say I was very impressed with Mike's presentation at our workshop when he was discussing his involvement and his time spent in the military. I was very moved by that, and I appreciate your service to us in that regard. I also appreciate the fact that Mike unequivocally said that he would serve his full term on the Planning Commission, and that was very important. So I'm happy to second this and vote in favor of this confirmation.
Okay. Other items from council? We've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries. The second item I have for you this evening is the Council Appointments Committee for 2011 City Council committees. I am asking for 2 individuals from council to join me on that Appointments Committee.
Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Mayor, if we could, first, maybe we could appoint our Mayor Pro Tem
Sure.
for the coming year.
Starting in January
Without
1.
objection? I would like to appoint our Mayor Pro Tem for the coming year first.
Yeah.
That's an elected item?
Yes.
Yes.
Elected among you all.
And I would nominate Jennifer McDaniel for that position.
Second.
Oh. Any other nominations? I'm going to play vote keeper for you. I've got a motion and a second for Jennifer McDaniel for Mayor Pro Tem for 2011. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations.
Yep.
Condolences.
Okay, and then the Appointments Committee?
And Mr. Mayor, I nominate Dave Shoemaker to the Appointments Committee.
Second?
To be, I didn't get what.
A member of the Appointments Committee?
A member of the Appointments Committee.
Do we want two nominations now? or-
Yeah, how are we going to do this election?
However,
If we have
however you
many-
would like to do it, it's completely among the 7 of you to select 2. Other than that, there's no
Should-
right or wrong way to do it.
I
Should
would-
should we put names forward and then just whoever, like we do with the appointments for the council, everybody write their first and second? Unless
That'd be
they-
great.
if there's more? Okay.
I nominate Molly Costin.
Second.
Got a David, got a Molly,
I nominate John Russell.
I've got a John. Boy, you're going to do this by secret ballot. Can
Well-
they actually do this by secret ballot? I
No,
don't think so.
Oh, so there's just three
So
nominations?
far, I've just got 3 names so far, unless anybody wants to throw any
Well,
others
I
out
just
there.
think that the Mayor Pro Tem should be on that committee as well, so.
So I've got a Jennifer. Okay. Now, how would you like to do this?
Well, we assigned to the first name, we assigned 10 points, second name to 5. Is that how we did it with the?
You've got to do it openly, though.
Yes. Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
If I might propose, there's a procedure called preference balloting,
Okay.
where each person gives their number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4 choice. The person who has the fewest votes for number 1 is then eliminated, and their number 2, the people who voted for that person, number 1, their number 2 line then becomes votes,
Gotcha.
and so forth.
We have our city clerk scrambling for more paper.
Paper?
Just voting.
What
Straightforward.
do we do?
So you want to assign,
Did everyone understand that?
not completely.
Okay, we have 4 candidates. We have 4 candidates for this appointment position. What has been suggested by Councilman Greenlee is that everyone write their top 4 in the top order, who they want first, who they want second, third, fourth. And then we take the top 2 who arise out of that listing, correct?
Yes, but for example, if I were nominated, and I'm not, and I only got 1 vote, then the number 2 position for the person who voted for me, number 1, would then become a vote for whoever their choice was. It's called a preference balloting system. Points have a number of
Okay, there's an easier way to
I'm
do
going
this.
to try, I'm going to
You take
suggest
2
something in
pieces of paper.
since we do need to end
You
before
write a name on
midnight.
one and you write a name on the other.
I'm going to suggest that I call for individual by individual, a raising of hands, those in favor, don't care how many times you vote.
Okay.
And I'll record how many hands are up, and the top 2 or the top 3 will go after it again. How's that?
Okay.
Okay.
So show of hands as I go through them individually. Okay, those in favor of John? 2, 3, 4. Okay, those in favor of Molly? 1, 2, 3. Okay, those in favor of Dave Shoemaker? 1, 2, 3. Dave's not voting for himself.
Dave, you voting for yourself?
Did you want to vote for yourself?
method is it lets 4 people
Now, Councilman Shoemaker, we changed sides so you'd have your good ear to me.